Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings, fam. How we doing out there, man? It's Monday. Y'all know what it is, man. It's time for Back to the Lab Live, where we celebrate classic hip hop albums, legendary MCs, DJs, producers, etc., in a cashmere sweater, man. I just want to make sure that my volume is right. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. Let me check something out real quick. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. You know, I had to do a little quick check, man. Y'all know how it is, man. I don't be want to be 5-10 minutes into the live and come to find out something was wrong with the mic and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we here for, man. We here to celebrate these hip hop albums, these classic hip hop albums. A lot of people might not think that they classics, but you know, I'm the type of dude I just like to give flowers. I like to make sure that nobody is left out the conversation. You know, no MCs, no groups whatsoever, no producers. So on a weekly basis, man, we do this. We do this Back to the Lab thing. And that way, a different album gets celebrated every week. You feel what I'm saying? It's a different album getting celebrated every week. And it's a milestone anniversary, you know, like a 10, 15, 20, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? How everybody doing out there, man? If I haven't introduced myself, I'm your Kinfo DMR. You know what I'm saying? Dame. I am in Houston, Texas, and it is a partly cloudy 91 down here in Houston, man. At 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock p.m., it's still 90-something degrees. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, share this with your friends. Share this with your hip-hop head friends. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that we get everybody in the convo. Got some nice albums to discuss today, and I got a guest that's going to be popping up a little bit later on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Solo Papa. He gonna be joining us in a little bit. You know, but yeah, that's what we're here to do, man. That's what we're here to do. So how was everybody weekend? I hope everybody was feeling good. You know, hey, and I'm gonna tell y'all before I started this live, first I was jamming the album of the week. I was jamming the album of the week. But after that went off, I was bumping E40's Tiny Desk concert. And that Tiny Desk shit got to be like the best thing since the verses. I mean, I know they was already doing their thing, but like now you can't wait to see who gonna pop up and do a Tiny Desk. So I was watching that E40 joint. That E40 one was going so crazy. And I gotta say, Clips just dropped theirs recently. Theirs was dope. I'm always be a big fan of the Scarface one, hands down. And the Juvenile joint, that was a dope one too, man. So they had some pretty dope Tiny Desks on there so far. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up, Rich? I see you in the building, fam. My boy Rich Notch tapping in, man. Far Rockaway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I mean, I've seen some dope Tiny Desks so far. And then even on the R&B side, you know what I'm saying? I've seen the Maxwells, I've seen the Ushers, the who else did they have on there that was going ham? You know what? I think it was like a Chrisette Michelle or something like that. One of them females that was doing their thing. Melanie Fiona, one of them joints. But yeah, everybody that come on that. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. Everybody ain't have a good one. Everybody ain't have a good one, man. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted that Jeezy one to be so much better than it was. But I don't know if it was the crowd or whatever, but that Jeezy one was supposed to be hella dope. Hella dope. You know what I'm saying? But what was some of the best Tiny Desk y'all ever seen? You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, man. First and foremost, man, I want to make sure that I remind y'all to follow the social media. You know what I'm saying? Follow the social media, man. We everywhere, man. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Pull up on us, man. Pull up on us. Check on them daily celebrations. And plus you get to see whatever I have going on, whatever I have popping, you know what I'm saying, during the week. I might have went to a show and got some good footage. I get to throw that shit up there too. So yeah, just make sure you stay tapped in, man. Make sure you stay tapped in. Definitely want to shout out our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? We're sponsored by Lonesome Frog Records, 1900 Blaylock Road, Suite E. Go over there and holler at Bill and Brett. Tell them Dame sent you. Them my peoples over there. They got everything, man. Cassette, CDs, vinyl, T-shirts, bumper stickers, stereo equipment, you name it, man. They got it. You know what I mean? And also, Stephen St. Martin, attorney at law, 832-423-6056. If you get caught in the mix, that's my lawyer partner. I seen him today, man. He was doing pretty good, man. Steve was looking good, doing good. He came in, get his workout on, you know what I'm saying, at the Pilates spot. So yeah. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. Check out Stephen St. Martin if you ever need a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I start including this shit, man, that I don't forget. Yo, the Back to the Lab show on Banging 832 Radio. You got to make sure you're checking it out, man, every Friday from 7 to 9. Every Friday from 7 to 9 is going down, man. So like these albums that I talk about on Mondays, I play joints from these albums on Fridays, along with some other shit too. And if you got something you want to hear, hey man, shit, hit me in the DM, man. Let me know. I spin everything, man. I done spun some Mob Deep. I done spun Mantronics, motherfucking Core Mega, everything. Shit, King T, the Alcoholics, Raekwon. I spin everything on that joint, man. So let me know. Let me know, man, if it's something that you want to hear. You feel me? But yeah, man, I just want to make sure your child was aware of all the things that we be having going on, man, because I'm telling you, man, this Back to the Lab shit is starting to move at a pace. I mean, I kind of knew it was coming. Hey, Marie, I had to get to the comments. My bad. I see you, Rich. That's right. A Marie had a pretty dope one too. And I always thought A Marie was kind of fly too. Hell yeah. Fly little slim thing. But yeah, man, this shit has been moving, man. Shout out to everybody that fuck with us on the Facebook. especially on the Facebook, man. You know, the numbers is crazy. And everybody that fuck with us on the IG, man, the shit be butter, man. For real, for real. I can't even complain. It be so many comments coming through and so many follows and shares and shit, man. I can't even keep up with it on the Facebook. You know, the Instagram is dope. The Instagram is steady, but that Facebook is going super ham, man. So yeah, man, tap in, see what it's looking like. And I encourage y'all to get in on that Facebook shit too, man, because I'm telling you, that Meta, they gonna pay you a little something, man. It's gonna either be some groceries, you know what I'm saying, some gas in your car or something, but they gonna put something in your pocket. As long as you come in with some quality content and it get viewed enough, you know what I'm saying, bro, you're gonna get a good look. So yeah, I encourage y'all, man, to try to get it in. Yo, I can't wait to talk hip hop. We'll talk about these albums that I got lined up, but I also got a guest coming in a few minutes too. You know, so we can chop it up and see what's going on with the youngster Solo Papa. You know what I'm saying, out of North Carolina. Yo, but here's the crazy part, man. Today is what, the 52nd anniversary of hip hop. So they say. So they say the 52nd anniversary of hip hop. You know, and somebody asked once before, they was like, do you think that they gonna celebrate it as much in the years to come as they did for the 50th? And I knew it. You know, we always party on that milestone. You know, it's just kind of like what we're doing tonight. You know what I'm saying? We always kind of party on that milestone number. But for something like hip hop, man, that we fight so hard for when it comes to the proper payouts, the flowers, you know, getting the homage, you know, paid in the right direction to the right people, you know, knowing the history and everything, man, we ought to celebrate it every day, every year. You know what I'm saying? It was real quiet today. It was real quiet. Posts. I saw some posts, man, but it was still kind of quiet. You know what I'm saying, when it came to the celebrations and everything. Now for that 50th, shit was going crazy for the 50th. You know, my boy Rich Nachi say they'll be back on it for the 60th. I think the 55th ought to be a dope one. I think the 55th ought to be one that we yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Let's make it a motherfucking party again. Everybody was in it to win it for the 50th. Boy, they was everywhere. Motherfuckers I ain't never even thought I'd see be affiliated with hip hop. You know, they popping up out of nowhere talking about a 50th anniversary party. Keep that same energy on them odd years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Hey, but I think I got my guests in the building. You feel me? Yeah, but happy birthday to hip hop. You know, we gonna celebrate that motherfucker, man. 51, 52, nigga, 56, 59, all the odd numbers, man. We gonna celebrate that motherfucker, man. For real, for real. Can't never let it. Now I know that it was popping before. I know it was popping before. But as far as what the people say, you know, and the dates that they say that they set for hip hop's birthday, all right, we'll you know, hey man, we'll applaud, you know, throw a little confetti and you know, pay homage. But we know it's been around longer than 73. We know that. But yeah, but still, happy anniversary, happy birthday to hip hop. That's what it is, man. Let's get to it, man. I'm finna bring my guests up on the screen, fam. Uh, this is a young man that I saw him on Bump podcast, but a couple of days before I seen him on Bump podcast, I had got a holler from Gina, man. Salute to Gina, man. Tarantino out there. I think they, you know, KC, New York, a little bit in between or whatever. But yeah, man, we got to see what's up. We got to tap in with the youngster, man, Solo Papa, so we can see what he got going on. Let him introduce himself, and then we're gonna see what he know about this hip hop shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You jump in this business, man. I know you got to be on top of your thing. You got to be on top of your game and shit. So let's bring my man up on the screen, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Check, yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Audio coming through.
You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you loud and clear. It's crispy.
Already, man. Already. What's good with it? Ladies and gentlemen, man, we got Solo Papa in the building, man. How you doing, man? Welcome to the Laugh, fam.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm all good. Shit, man. I appreciate you having me on here. How's everything going for you? I know last week we were supposed to get up and whatnot, man. How that situation go? That was all good.
Yeah, everything was good, man. It was the freshman orientation for my daughter, you know what I'm saying? She about to go to high school and shit. So the shit just and number one, it was way in the boonies, you know. Like I know that they live far, but the
Yeah.
school was even further than where they live. So that shit just took me by surprise that I was going further than her house. So,
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Shit, we was
but
able to
nevertheless,
reschedule.
yeah, and I'm glad you was able to get back on this week, man, and make the shit happen. You know what I'm saying? So what's good with you, fam?
Not much, man. I went to go get me a seafood boil. Wait, and I had got the time confused and everything, central from Eastern time. You know, I'm over here on the East Coast and whatnot. But
So
dang, this
you
lady done took
grubbing?
forever, whatnot. Nah, not even. She took forever, so I just grabbed my food. I'm headed back to the crib now. I should be there by like 5 minutes, but you know, we got the audio locked in, and I'll be able to
Yeah,
I'll be home about 5 minutes. I'll be able to pop up on the camera or whatnot, but I can still talk. You know what I mean?
no doubt, man. Yeah, so tell everybody about yourself, man. You know, we know North Carolina, Fayetteville, right?
Yeah, big 2 6 9 down, and you know what's
You know what
going
I'm
on.
saying?
I'm from a small town. Everybody know about J Cole or whatnot, but I'm putting on the whole new wave.
That's real. So do you feel like it's any pressure to kind of add up to what J. Cole did for the city, man, or it ain't no pressure at all?
It ain't no pressure, cause like it's still, even at the end of the day, J Cole put on for it or whatnot. But when I still say I'm from Fayetteville, like, what the hell is that? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. We ain't got enough recognition. Like, we ain't a big city, and our music
Okay.
culture ain't the same as, like, in Atlanta or Houston or Dallas. Like, everybody got they wave, and they got a group of people they known for, but all we got is Cole to support us. So it ain't no real pressure, and we a real diverse city. We don't have a specific sound or a wave or something like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
So
I'm just
it's room for people to come out and kind of show their creativity. Everything ain't got to be like a standard. You know, y'all don't have a standard sound that somebody would say that's Fayetteville right there. You know, you can still do your
exactly,
thing.
exactly. We don't have like that cultural sort of staple for real. Like, anywhere else you go, and I kind of hate it, but I kind of love it because it gives us an ability to be ourselves. You know what I mean? And not conform to one identity or whatnot. And we got so much talent out there, and it's just not recognized. And we got so many different flavors of artists. We got some. We got the trap era. You know what I mean? We the South
Hmm.
too, so we got that Southern style. We got the lyrical shit. We got the classic shit. We got a whole bunch of different, and it's a lot of people that's moved in from other places and brought their own wave and was able to, set their own tone and shit, and thrive or whatnot.
I like that shit, man. I like to hear it. So I checked out your page, bro. Um, I saw you spitting at a UFC fight or something like that. What was that all about, man?
Oh yeah, we had that MMA event, man. Shit, I'm just doing my
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
thinking about my shit, doing what I do. You know what I mean? I put on for the bill, took it out to the big city.
Man, that was a good look. Was that your first time ever on like a big platform like that, man? Or like how was that for you, bro? Because that seemed like it was a pretty big platform, man. Like a lot of eyes was on you that night.
It was a dope platform, man, and it was big, but it wasn't the biggest that I've ever had to deal with. I mean, it's pretty consistent to what I'm
Okay.
used to. I don't know if you could tell from my performance, but just my comfort level up there, it's just handling business at the end of the day. To me, I don't even really, see the crowd and everything like that. I go up there and I do what I know how to do, and I feel comfortable doing it. And
Yeah.
the crowd always make me comfortable being able to do that. You know what I mean? And before, it was like a sort of thing when I first started. to really get into performing and showcasing my music and stuff like that, where I had to mentally block people out. But now I ain't gotta do that. It's kind of like, you know what I mean. I see what's going on. That's what I'm doing here. Like,
Okay. All right. Hey, so if
but
you
I mean,
don't
I
mind
done
me
some
asking,
stuff. I'm not sure if you know about. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
let me ask you this. So how old are you, bro?
I'm 24 as of March this year. I'm a '01 baby.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So you around the same age my oldest boy then. That's a good look right there, man. That's a good look. And you sound like you got a pretty cool head on your shoulders too. How long you been at this music thing?
I say, well, music in general. You know, I'm well rounded in music. I grew up doing music. You know, and playing instruments. You know, stuff like that, making my own little, doing Michael Jackson dances and whatnot. I've always been
Holy
indulged in
shit.
music, but creating music wise, I
Uh-huh.
say when I was 15, I had started getting into doing like production and stuff like that heavy. And then rapping, I got more into that when I hit 18.
Okay. Okay. Who exposed you to music then? Was it your family, like church or something like that?
I'm a Muslim, so not really church,
Okay.
but my parents in general, you know, my both my parents was from New York, you know, so I grew up listening to the good day, you know what I'm saying, the Mecca shit.
Man, that's what I'm talking about right there. So I have to say, Assalamu alaikum, because I'm a Muslim too. I after knowing that information right there, I have to give you the universal greeting. You know what I'm saying?
Walaikum assalam, brother. I appreciate that. Rahmatullah.
Rockman to Allah. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. So I looked at your Apple Music profile. I seen that you've been dropping some singles. You've been dropping some
Yeah,
singles, but I see you got a full project on that too.
yeah, I do. So like,
Uh,
I got a full
Anti-depression.
project. Yeah, that's one of my first things. That was one of my more experimental projects. I was young. I made that one. So that was the project that taught me how to produce and engineer, because that's
Okay.
what I originally was doing when I got into doing music. I wanted to be a producer engineer. I didn't want to be a lyricist, but I ain't had no clients.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I ain't know how else to get comfortable with learning how to engineer, mix and master, because it won't really a lot of resources as far as like going to studios and taking on internships and shit like that. So, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
got on my YouTube shit, was watching shit, and then that was just me playing around with shit, trying to figure it out. And I left it up there because a lot of my other stuff, like over the past couple years, I ended up deleting a whole lot of music that I had dropped. But I left that up there because that was like my starting point, you know, like a reminder to myself, like, damn, I came a long goddamn way. Like,
Yeah.
shit, like, it's crazy to go from that project, for that being like my first time dabbling into doing music and engineering, learning how to turn knobs and all that shit like that, and make beats and everything like that. That shit is just a, a moment in time for me that I could not let go. I gotta leave that up there as a personal
Mm-hmm.
reminder to myself that I'm way further than I was from where I started, because we all get that, you know, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome. Even if we are
Yeah.
very talented, we all get that
Yeah.
imposter syndrome when it's like, damn, I'm not growing or this, that, and the third, blah, blah. Nah, I came a long goddamn way with this shit. I put
When
in a
did you
whole
feel
lot of
like
work.
you my bad. When did you feel like you was comfortable at this? When did that feeling set in? Like when, or did you already know that you had it even in your beginning stages?
In my beginning stage, I didn't feel like I was worth a damn, but it was really just fun to me. Like, you know what I mean? It was something that I always wanted to do that I never gave myself the chance to do. And then when I took hold of it, it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna lay down, and I ain't take a day. I'm talking about whether I was sick, whether I found a way to get out of going to school, telling my mom I'm sick, whatever. I'm still in there cooking. For 5 years straight. I say
Yeah.
I did not make music one day in 5 years. Every single day for 5 years straight, I made something.
Okay, so you can testify to the whole thing about keeping the grind going no matter what. You have to keep your grind going. A lot of people feel like that's kind of cliche, and that's just a way of just saying, hey man, hard work pays off. Woo, woo, woo. Like people want something a little bit deeper, but sometimes it's just that simple. You just got to keep the grind going. Am I right or wrong? How you feel about that?
That's real. That's the only way to do anything. Anything in life, you gotta keep grinding. You gotta figure it out yourself. Can't nobody give you nothing that's gonna make you better. Only thing that you can get that's gonna make you better is the work. You gotta put that work in, and like I said like this, when I first started, I was trash. I hated, like I was trash. I knew I was trash, but I didn't care because I was dedicated to not being trash. And like now when
Hmm.
people hear my stuff, oh, you're so talented, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I got a talent for work. I got a talent to put in the work to go after what I want. But creative wise,
Hmm.
I'm skilled, I'm crafty. I worked for this. This wasn't just something that came natural at all. I put in endless amounts of work, sleepless nights, like, hours in the studio, 10, 15 hour sessions. Like, I put in real work for this. So yeah, I'm talented, but I'm skilled and I'm crafted because I work for this shit.
Now I need to ask you a question. Now I should have asked you when we first came on because it's kind of like my leading question that I ask everybody.
Yeah,
If
for
you can
sure.
go, if you can go back to the lab and sit in the studio with anybody, any like major artists or whatever, while they was making they album, what album would that be? What artist and what album would that be that you'd like to sit in the studio and watch be made from beginning to end?
I got a couple, honestly, but I say the first thing that pops up on my head, because this is a something that I'm trying to get into. I love hip hop, but being a producer and an engineer, I find so much fascination in just all creative processes. And one that I have not grasped is that Painted album by Lucky Day.
Okay,
Just the
okay,
production on that shit, and then the sonics of that whole project, and the cohesion, and like just the way they prepared and presented that project, it shit blows my mind to this day. And I really, like, I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Like, damn, I wish I could have sat in on that shit, like, and just saw what was going on. Like, how did they do that
right.
shit?
For one for like the entertainment part of it, and then at the same time you want to learn and pick up something from what they doing that you could probably incorporate into your thing.
Exactly, exactly. And like shit, when other people hear my stuff, they're like, "Dang, I wish I'd have thought of that, this, that." But then I'm like that on this, on the flip side when I hear the people, I'm like, "Damn, how the fuck they think of that shit? Like, how did they put that together? Where did that idea come from? How did they
Yeah,
think to put that kick in that specific spot? Because I'd have never thought that."
I feel the same way about
And just to see how,
some samples sometime, man. When I hear some samples, I be like, bro, how did they know to take just that small part right there? It wasn't even like a major part. It was just some off part that was like in the middle of the bridge or some shit like that. And just them skilled producers know how to just find that money sound, man. They know exactly what they looking for. That
man,
shit is
like,
a talent,
what's
man.
his
It's a
name?
gift.
The Conductor Williams shit, man. All his samples be having me like that. And the Alchemist, they fucking samples. It's like,
Hmm.
man. And then I go and find, like, the song that they sampled, and it's like, nigga, why the hell would you cut that part?
Yeah.
Like, how did you think to take that part of the whole sample and make that, and like, it was almost unrecognizable. It's distinct. You could tell because they use loops. They don't really just chop and then plug in random
Mhm.
shit. But like, it's like, why did you take that specific part of that sample and use that? Why ain't I think of that shit?
I don't know. It be the genius in them, man. For some reason, that shit just be crazy. That shit just be crazy right there, man. So where did you get the name from, man? Where did the name Solo Papa come from?
Solo pop pop. Alright, so it's a little complex. That's a little nickname I had growing up. It was solo. I like to stand by myself. SOU SOLO.
Hmm.
Independent solo. or whatnot. But when I started getting into music, I felt like, I like a lot of jazzy stuff. I like just that vibe, soul music, I like shit that hit the soul and whatnot. So I added the U in there.
Mhm.
Wolfie Soul was my original rapper name, Wolfie Soul. But then I guess as I got more into music or whatnot, I got Hispanic roots. So it was solo pop beat. You know what I mean? I'm over there embracing my little Hispanic roots or whatnot. And then as I
Okay.
kept growing and developing as an artist, I felt like it was time for a change. And I felt like the only change that I could really make, because my identity already being solo, would be to go from pop beat to pop, big pop type shit. So solo
Hmm.
pop. And that's how that name came along.
And then that was it. It stuck with you, huh?
Like glue. I ain't going nowhere now. I'm that forever.
Yeah, it got a good ring to it, man. I was raised on a street called Solo, man. So when I hear the word solo, it is more than just my street, man. It really it's kind of like a way of life. It's just being one deep, and and just standing on business about yours, and everything that means something to you. Solo. If ain't nobody else gonna ride like a soldier, shit, I know I will. You know what I'm saying? To the death.
Straight like that. Won't look. I got myself if nobody got me. Shit.
Believe it, man. So shows, man, shows. Uh, when was the first time you hit the stage, man, and done something on stage in front of crowd, whether it was small or large or whatever?
It's crazy. I had so when I got into music and whatnot, in the area I was in, I was really one of I was a young dude, but I knew a lot of people because I was the engineer. Everybody knew me because of that. Everybody knew I was. I was a studio guy pretty much. Everybody wanted to rap. Nobody knew where to go. Nobody wanted to pay that price for,
Hmm.
a high end studio and whatnot. So they always came to me and whatnot. So I knew all the artists in the area and everything like that. And I ended up, having a good enough community to want to throw a little showcase and for one, get on stage and kick my shit, but give everybody else that I don't work with a chance to, show themselves off. And I threw a little event, and I threw a couple little events, and some of them ain't go so well. But first time I hopped on stage was an event that I threw myself, and I was nervous as
Oh
hell.
yeah.
Oh my lord, I was nervous. I was in there shaking with the mic in my hand, man. I done forgot my lyrics. Like,
Damn.
then went out there and embarrassed myself. But that gave me the drive to want to keep doing it. And I threw another one and had a little more comfort. I got, some good feedback, and I ain't stopped since. It's like, damn, now I know what I want to do. That's why I found out I had a passion for music and the music business, not just music in
Mhm.
general, but the music business, because I wanted to be my own, my own exec. I didn't have a team. I ain't had no management. I ain't had nothing. It was just me, myself, and I doing what I knew how to do. You know what I mean? And I ain't know what I
Mhm.
was doing, but I was doing this shit somehow. And look where I'm at now.
Man, and the feedback means so much too, man, don't it? Like it just give you that extra boost, man, when somebody
Man, what
give you a
I'm
flower,
talking about?
especially somebody that's doing the damn thing that themselves, and you go, okay, man, somebody talented, of your stature, giving me my flowers, man, that shit just boosts you, man, like nothing else can.
Exactly. And then it just keep pushing me further, because if 9 times out of 10, when people give feedback, when people have the motive to give you feedback, they want to look into what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, like, before I would like force, what I'm saying, feedback out of people and kind of put my stuff in their face. "Man, what you think? What you think?" And I wouldn't get genuine feedback from them. I just get, "Oh yeah, that sounds dope." Well, nigga, that ain't helping me grow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be
How
honest, bro. If you don't fuck with it, say that.
so how are you when it comes to giving criticism or constructive or whatever, or even if it's praising other people, man? Are you good when it comes to giving it out to other MCs and other artists? Then you gonna
Okay,
put
can you
you
hear me?
you in there? Yeah, I hear you
Yeah,
now.
yeah. But I said, I'm critical about it because music is something I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about for one other artists that are just as passionate. It's not
Mm-hmm.
especially in this day and age, it's a surplus of artists out there, but they not really artists. They not doing it because they love it. They see a quick bag, which is not. They don't
I
realize
see.
it's a huge fucking upfront investment. You're not gonna see $20,000 until you spend $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't see that, and when people care about feedback, that shows me for one they care about growing as an artist. So I'm critical about it, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna offer you a chance to come in and work for free. You know what I'm saying? Come put some work in with me. Let's expand. Let's see where your head is at with this music shit, because I know where mine is. Let's see if we on the same page.
Mm-hmm. How's your circle, man? Like, what about the people around you and everything, man? The other creatives that's around you, are they productive as well?
I keep it concise, but yeah, for sure. Everybody, if you come around me, you got to be putting in work, and I'm quick to let you know if I
Right.
don't feel you doing what you're supposed to do, because I know where I'm trying to go, and I'm not carrying nobody that ain't carrying their own weight.
Because you know how they say, man. It's like these cliches and everything about, if you can't get motivated from the people that surround you, then what are they there for and stuff like that.
The drain.
Do you ever find yourself cutting off somebody? We won't have to name no names or nothing, but you ever find yourself kind of having to part ways with somebody that wasn't on the same path as you?
Guaranteed. I used to have so many people around me, man, and like when I mean it when I say it, I keep maybe 3, 4 people around me, a cameraman, a
Mm-hmm.
DJ, another producer, somebody that knows somebody. I like to keep my circle small now, but before I was letting too many people around me, and it led me into damn near a state of depression, being self-conscious about myself because I'm feeding
Mm-hmm.
off of their energy. You know what I mean? And that shit is draining real bad. And I believe you gotta do that. If you wanna grow, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can't grow with you. It's either you gonna grow together, you gonna grow apart. But growth gonna happen some sort of way.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the comments, man. My people's up in Far Rockaway. My boy Rich Notch, he say he never heard your music, but he like what he hearing, and he wants you to keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? He's an MC, podcast host. You know what I'm saying? He's a creator too. Dope cat.
That's dope.
I made an EP with him a couple of years ago, man. Rich Notch, man.
Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. Shit, bro. I hope you can tune in sometime. I got a big project dropping soon, but I really
Yeah.
do that feedback, man. That's love.
I'm also looking at another comment right here from Gina. She say she can't wait for the tracks with you and Phantom. You know what I'm saying? The entire solo Papa project gonna be dope too.
Oh yeah, she know what it is. What's up, Jeezy?
Yeah, talk about that, man. Talk about what's because we went over your past a little bit. Talk about what you working on now, and what's to come in the near future. Bring us up to speed a little bit.
Uh-oh. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I give you
You hear
some
me?
time to get settled in. It sounds like you probably just making it to the lab.
Yeah, I'm trying to, man, get upstairs. It's all kinds of Wi-Fi issues. Now, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, lab techs, we up in the building, man. Once again, man, make sure y'all following the socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Back to the lab. We celebrate classic hip hop albums, legendary MCs, DJs, producers, etc., in the cashmere sweater. And we also show love to the up and coming, the up and coming G's too, man. So that's what we here for. And we here to connect the dots. Rich say he definitely gonna check. All right, Malik, what's up, Malik? Peace and blessings, man. I see you. That's what we here for. And then let's see if we got some time, man. We want to definitely remind y'all again, man. The Back to the Lab show on Bangin' 832 Radio, Fridays from 7 to 9. Go to bangin832.com. push play, and it's on. This station is 24/7 music, but I am specifically on the air from 7 to 9 talking my shit, playing this music. So make sure y'all tap in, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he mic'd up.
There we go. Can you hear
There
me?
you go. Yeah, I can hear you good, loud and clear.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, we back in. So could you revise that question for me? Just remind me what we had going on.
Yeah, so we was talking about what you had coming up and what you're working on like right now, because we kind of went over your past a little bit. Now we want to just kind of catch up to speed, man, with what's in the works right now. Gina was talking about you and Phantom doing a whole project together.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Talk your
mean, I
shit.
got a couple works. I got a couple works coming with Phantom. I got some previous work with him, Hookah. That's on all platforms. So go check that out.
Right.
We dropped a snippet of the video on my page. I'm pretty sure it's on Gina's too. So if y'all want to check that out, go check that out. But I got a couple other tracks. I got a feature track with my boy Scrismatic. That's
Yeah.
produced by Phantom. Crazy energy, crazy track. That's some real hip hop shit. I
Real
know y'all
talk.
gonna fuck with that one right there. But then I also got a joint project exclusively produced by me with my boy Scrismatic. Crazy
Okay.
works, whole lot of sample works in there, some shit. I think, man, that we got a crazy catalog that's coming out, man. And I felt like I deleted everything else that I had on there for a reason, but this is the starting point that I want to start from, being solo popper, because the first one was dropped to solo poppy. Now we solo popper, we in the
Yeah.
building. We got real production going on, real experience, 8 years of experience in this project. I got a solo project. It's called Mudslide, in dedication to my fallen cousin. Long live Samori,
God
who shot,
bless.
you know what I'm saying, 2-6 shit. But we got some crazy works coming out. I got a couple other artists that I done been working with. Shout out Nayo Nalani. She from Columbia, Texas.
Oh, she down here in Texas then.
Yeah, and then I got some works with my boy down in Louisiana. He in the boot. Shout
Okay.
out Sam. He dope. Make sure y'all check, man. Just go on my page. You gonna see everything I'm posting. It's some
Yeah.
crazy shit coming out, crazy productions.
That's so you kind of like big bro then, man, to all your peoples around there, man. Is that what it is?
I be holding it down, man. I do what I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Shit is dope, though.
Right. I mean, but no disrespect to everybody else, but I'm just saying, but you seem knowledgeable, like you put your peoples on to certain things, man, and when you learn something, man, like you bring it back to the fam, man. Am I right? Am I getting the right vibe? Because you just seem like one of them, like a caring big bro to your squad, man, to your crew and shit.
I do this for the fam, man. Like 100%. I want the paper. I do it for myself. Obviously, I can't be good for nobody else if I ain't good for
Facts.
myself. You know what I mean? But my whole point in taking it this far, because like I said, I won't trying to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to rap. I just wanted to be behind the scenes. But if me pushing as hard as I can, saying in the foreground, can bring everybody
Uh-huh.
else up, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Everybody gotta eat.
All right. Hey, so this is a part of the show, man, that I really love right here, man. I hope you down to stick around, bro. You got some time? All
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
So this is a part of the show, man, where I give flowers, man, to albums that celebrating anniversaries. You know what I'm saying? Like old school albums that got to be 10 years or better. Because I feel
Okay,
like
for
if,
sure.
if it ain't if it ain't 10 years or better and stood the test of time, then it can't be no classic. You know what I'm saying? So we got a
Yeah,
few albums that we want to discuss, man, because I got a guest and I ain't want to take up too much time talking about the other albums and shit. But feel free to chime in because we are gonna kind of give some details about these albums. You know what I mean? So
all right,
first
for
joint
sure.
that I want to talk about, man, this is the most recent anniversary. This is a 10-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? And this is the late great Chinks Drugs, man. From
And
yeah,
Chinks,
rest in
dog.
peace,
Long
Chinks,
live.
man. From Far Rockaway. I got my man's in the building, Rich Notch. He from Far Rockaway, man. So I knew he would appreciate this. You know, me showing love to Cheeks. This is the debut album. This dropped in 2015.
He got Nip on that
Huh?
one, won't it? That
Yeah,
Nip on
nip
that,
on
ain't
this one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. So we definitely want to give some flowers, man, to that boy Chinks, man. Debut album. You know what I'm saying? 10th anniversary. This is called Welcome to JFK. This was on Ride Squad and Coke Boys, Ride Squad and Coke Boy Records. You know what I'm saying? Production.
yeah,
I don't really know too much about some of these producers. There might be some younger producers, man. But Austin Powers, Ocean on the Rocks, Blicky Blaze, and that's just a few to name on there. They did some work on this album with the production, and then when it comes to the features, he had Stack Bundles on here for sure. Ty Dolla Sign, Jeremiah, and Nipsey Hussle, just to name a few.
man. Long live
Yeah,
Nip
long
too.
live Nipsey Hussle, man. That was another legend right there that was taken too soon. But good thing that I like about this album, man, is chart wise, it did the damn thing, man. It peaked at number 21 on the Billboard 200, and it peaked at number 2 on the top rap charts and the independent rap charts.
Damn. Nah, that did good
And
shit.
unfortunately, this was dropped like a few months after he had been murdered and everything, man. So God bless, man. I'm pretty sure, the family appreciated them putting his work out, you know what I'm saying, in such a nice fashion. That shit looked dope right there with the rollie on and shit, man. The pinky and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Easy, man, with the
yeah.
plane taking off. Now that
He
shit
gonna
is dope. That whole
he
setup is
missed, man.
dope.
He gonna be missed for real, for real. My boy Rich Notch, he say
Long live.
Far Rock to the casket drop. Yeah, that's it. That's his Far Rock bro right there. Okay, let's take it to the West Coast. Let's take it to the West Coast real quick. Now
What we got on the
this one
West?
right here.
Hold on, hold on. Quick question. This is the project they dropped right after they split
Right
with
after
Cube
Cube
on it.
left, yeah.
They was talking shit about Cube on this
He
project.
say they
Won't
say we started out with too much cargo, so I'm glad we got rid of Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, I don't got shit to say about this because I'm a Cube fan. Overall, I love Easy. I love Dre. I forever gonna fuck with Dre. But y'all talking shit about Cube, man. I
And that's
can't
what
fuck with
Cube
that.
said too. Cube was like, man, I ain't say nothing about them, man. He said he
Like I ain't got y'all niggas was just
so
hating for no reason at
he
that
had
point.
to
That was
come with the no
bro.
Vaseline because he was like, bro, I ain't even say nothing about these dudes. They dissed me first. You know what I'm saying?
For no
For
goddamn
nothing.
reason. That's
But
not.
yeah, but we just giving flowers, man. We giving flowers.
It was a great project though. It was a great turning point for them. I feel like it was something. It was a change. It was real different from what NWA had, and Dre's production on there was a stepping
Yeah,
stone too.
yeah. Now I felt like the skits was a little was kind of like a little cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ Yellow would always do the white man voice on the skits and shit. And some of the skits was a little cheesy when he was doing. He was like, we're gonna take you around the corner." Like that shit just kind of whack. But they had Just Don't Bite It on here. She swallowed it. It had a banger. It had a banger, but this was the first and only EP they ever put out. I guess they were just trying to put something out real quick because Q was kicking their ass. You know what I'm saying?
As he should. I mean, that nigga, shit. Come
That
on, come on, for real.
America's
He
Most
was
Wanted was kicking their ass, man. But real quick,
Cube.
man,
That's it.
that was
Not gonna.
the production was Dre and Yella. I think the only features on here, man, the only features was DOC guest appearance. It went platinum. It peaked at number 27 on the Billboard 200 and number 10 on the top R&B and rap and hip hop album charts. So for an
That
EP,
dropped.
that did pretty good, man.
That dropped in 1990.
Yeah,
Oh,
1990.
damn.
Yeah, 35, man. That boy, 35.
That is a good
100 miles.
project. I can't get with this and Cube.
Yeah, you know, Cube, everybody love Cube, man. Cube ain't never did nobody wrong, man. He deserved to be broke off by Jerry Heller and them, you know, proper the right way. If not, let the man go do his thing. You know, so he did right. He did right by that.
100.
You know, get out of Dodge if they ain't treating you right, Cube. You know what I'm saying? Uh I got another one from 1990. I want to talk about real quick. This a legendary one right here, man. Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. Rest in peace, DJ Polo. But Cool G Rap, man, he one of them ones, man. Like Nas look up to Cool G Rap. You know, Cool G Rap was in the Juice Crew with Big Daddy Kane
Yeah.
and Master Ace, Marlon Marr. So big up to Cool G Rap, man. Let me drop some facts on the Cool G Rap album real quick. This was the second album, 1990. So this is
Serious shit.
35th anniversary. Cold Chillin' Warner Brothers was the label. Production: Eric B, Large Professor, Cool V, Biz Marquee, and more. Did you know Biz
Oh, I
Marquee
think
was
the
a
audio
producer
don't
too?
went out.
Can you hear me? Check 1 2. I can hear you.
Yo, you can hear me?
I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know where his audio went.
Let's go. Hold up.
Yo, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Now you back in. I'm like, hold on, let's stop for a second.
Okay. Yeah,
There we
it
go.
must
There
have
we
been a
go.
little glitch or something. My bad.
No, it ain't no worries.
Must,
We back in.
yeah. But yeah, man, you know, Biz Marquee had did a little production on this album as well, man, and Eric B on the Coogee Rap and
On
Polo.
that for real?
Yeah. See, these dudes was playing roles back in the days, man. They was kind of like they was just kind of like in the shadows though, man. They was in the shadows
Damn, that shit's
doing
dope.
work. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's dope. Yeah, I didn't know they was on there too.
Yeah, chart wise, it only did number 34 on the top R&B and hip hop album charts. You know, but Coogee Rap is one of
Ain't
them
getting
ones,
enough
man.
love.
1990, you know what
Obviously.
I'm saying? It was I think
Best shit.
Ruthless was
Best.
running shit around that time, man.
It's cutting up right now.
The sound still going in and out.
Oh, see, look, that's my phone from the wild.
It's a Wi-Fi problem.
Yo, no, we cool. Yeah, it switched which router it was connected to. We back in.
Oh, I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing. He gonna end up popping back on. Yeah, I knew he was gonna pop back on. Let's go.
There we go. There we go.
It sound you good now?
It sound way better.
Already. And say, so this just a few of the albums that I talk about, man. I always have an album of the week too. You know, and the album of the week, that's the one that I pretty much gonna play like throughout the week the most. You know what I'm saying? And I got a dope one lined up right here for the album of the week.
What you talking about for the album? What you choose this week?
Man, the show soundtrack.
Okay, okay.
Listen, I'm finna
Oh,
tell
that's
you
a
this
collection. It's a bunch of good shit on there.
exactly, but Tupac, Biggie, Method Man and Red
Man,
Man,
yup, yup.
bro, South Central Cartel, Like you name Tribe Called Quest on here, everybody on this joint, man. This one of them ones right here.
Damn,
I feel like everybody need to put this one in rotation this week, man. You know, just to pay homage. You know what
that's
I'm saying?
mandatory. It's plenty good flavors on there for y'all. Plenty good artists, legends on there.
Slick Rick, like I said, Pac, Bone Thugs on here. You a Bone Thugs fan?
I like Bone Thugs. I can't lie. It's an acquired taste. I got respect for them, but it's not my first
Yeah.
pick of the litter. You know what I mean?
Okay, well that's a good time for me to ask you then. So who was you really influenced by coming up? Because what you was born in 2001.
Yeah,
What was out around? I mean, you was a baby, but what was out around that time? Hove, Diplomats. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I, I grew up in that whole futuristic era. But I'm like I said, my parents is New Yorkers to the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I got all kinds of influence, and I was just talking about Red and Meth.
Red and
That's
Meth, man, they've been doing their
my
thing for 30 years.
exactly. I love some Red and Meth. Now I love Wu Tang. I like Slaughterhouse. You know, you got Joe Buttons and Crooked. I love
Mhm.
I got a wide selection of stuff. I was listening to any and everything. Any
Was
and
you was you a collector when you was coming up? Did you collect CDs and shit?
I couldn't. No.
Oh, you
I was on LimeWire.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
So
Okay, so LimeWire, you was tearing their ass up.
exactly. Exactly. I hate to say it, but I had to listen somehow, and I ain't had no money. I was a baby,
Yeah, yeah. What
but
was
I
the most?
was
What did you download the most, man? Like, give me some of like what was your mixtape looking like? Your playlist looking like?
like I said everything I said. I had that Muddy Waters
The
and
Red
rotate.
Man? Yeah.
Man, I love some Red Man, dog. Like that. That's one of the first artists I could think back and be like, yeah, I shouldn't have been listening to it.
I think Red Man is the king of Jersey though, man. Like Tretch give him a run for his money. Tretch do give him a run for his money, but Red Man is the king of Jersey.
Nah,
I don't,
Red is
I,
that.
I
Is
don't think
that
nobody fucking with Red Man out of Jersey.
you don't hear about it, and ain't nobody gonna admit to it now.
Yeah, still to this day, that boy the truth. Oh, hey, we gotta give a big shout to my boy Justin in the building from Canada, man. So
Hey
big
man,
love. We got Canada in this bitch.
had that Dove Shack.
Yeah, on that show soundtrack.
He from Canada?
Does
What part of Canada?
yeah, damn, Justin, what part of Canada you from, man? You got to put that shit in the comments, man. I know my boy up there. He ain't from Toronto though. He ain't from Toronto.
I hope not.
He in the British Columbia somewhere. I know that for sure.
I hope he ain't from. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, he ain't from Toronto.
I ain't gonna do him like that.
Yeah, man. So you ever been to H Town? You ever came down this way?
Say that again.
I said you ever been to H Town?
Yeah, I have. I was down there for a little bit. I was in A League.
Oh hell yeah, on the SWAT.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Oh my boy, yeah. He say Terrace, BC. So yeah,
Of British
he
Columbia.
from the British Columbia. Yeah, man. Big shout out to
Hey,
Justin,
you give
man.
me a favor real quick.
What's up?
Hey, can you give a happy belated to my dad? He watching. Hey,
Hey man, yeah, happy belated birthday to your pops, man. Already.
I'm a junior.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Pop right there.
Man, yeah, man. Big birthday salute to your pops, man. You know, God bless. I wish him many more, man.
Much love.
Absolutely, OG. That's what I'm talking about. So let me ask your pops though.
Yeah,
So
alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah, that's right, man. That's right. Hey, we'll ask your pops if he could go and sit in any studio session.
Hold on. I'm gonna have him come in frame real.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Let him get on there.
He want to ask you some questions directly.
Yeah, because pops old school, pops a G. Assalamu alaikum, man.
Alaikum assalam rahmatullahi barakatuh. How you
Yes,
doing?
I'm good, man. Alhamdulillah. I'm blessed, man. You know, Allah take good care of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I wanted to ask you because you are OG, you a veteran. You know what I'm saying? You a vet.
Okay.
If you could go back to the lab and sit in and witness the making of any album ever made, what album would that be?
Reasonable doubt. Jay-Z,
I love it.
for sure.
I love it. Why would it be that one?
First of all, I'm from Brooklyn, from Bed-Stuy.
Do or
So
die.
not that I know him personally, but the language that he speak is something that I understand. The visuals that he deliver in his rhymes are things that I've seen in my life. So it would have to be Jay-Z.
That's real. That's real right there. I respect that coming from Pops, man. I respect that, OG.
Try to teach him well, man. So he knows all of that stuff. So when you talk about old school, the classics, hip hop, he's not one of them YNs,
You
man.
you
He,
see
he
the
knows the
influence.
choice.
You
He
see the
knows what it
Exactly.
influence
is.
now.
And that's what I was wondering. I was like, I hope he ain't gonna be no YN, but I kind of already felt the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I
So
had already felt the vibe.
influence. I don't know if you looked in the chat, and I threw in Slaughterhouse. He had to throw the Slaughterhouse in. He threw in Joe Buttons, but I threw in Joel Ortiz from Brooklyn. So
And we ain't gonna
Yes,
forget about Royce the 5'9", but
Royce
we
the
always gonna
Five
put on for
Nine.
Joel Ortiz.
that's what's up, man. Man, hey, so I'm telling you, your pops got you, man. Your pops got you, bro. I'm telling you, you got a solid pops, and I'm just on the outside looking in. He bringing you up, right, man? I can't do nothing but respect that.
I appreciate you, my brother. Let me
Absolutely.
spotlight. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, man. I'll speak to you again soon, inshallah, brother.
Masalam.
I appreciate you letting me bring him in and whatnot,
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. I like this right there. That's some real shit right there, man.
man.
That
It's a
is real.
and get.
And that's what it's all about. See, my pops was a music fan as well, man. My pops was into like rock, you know what I'm saying? He was into rock music, classic rock, hard rock. So he put me on to a lot of Led Zeppelin. He
Yeah.
put me on the Kiss, Tom Petty. You know, he kind of schooled me to that. I don't know where I got my hip hop side from, man, because my mom's was into like the old school R&B, man, the Rick James, the Diana Rosses and all that, the Lionel Richies. She was into that.
But that's all good music, and that makes you well rounded. But that makes you appreciate the influence that all those genres have on hip hop. As a culture, because it's all a chain reaction.
That's
You know,
right.
all the evolution. Blues, everything, jazz, it all play into it. R&B, rock, all that, it all plays into this, and I try to incorporate everything into my era of hip hop. I'm trying to define my own thing. I ain't like what everybody else got going on, especially my age. If you
Mm-hmm.
hear my stuff, it's not the typical, and I try to get multiple generations to be able to appreciate what I put out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I see it like when I perform, like hell at the MMA event. I got all kinds of color folks standing up. Ooh, so
Hey,
fly.
I bet it
It's
took
just
him. It took him by surprise too, man. Because when I seen it, I was like, that was pretty dope for him to have a show at an MMA fight, man. So I know it surprised the hell out of them when they seen you come out. And plus, you got some dopes. You got a dope flow too, man. Your spit is nice.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You see where I come from now.
See, it's only right that you put on, man, and you show that you was raised right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only right because if you was to come out talking some wild, weird shit with that type of influence that you got over there, man, come on, man. You can't
I
let it go to waste. You know
I
what I'm saying?
on honestly.
Yeah, you
My
can't
mama
let it go.
would go for that. My
And
mama
it
would go for that for one.
and then I know Pop's gonna be on you like, nah, we can't have that, son. I'm gonna need you to tighten that up. You got to say something else. Does
He
he
would
have an
the camera.
influence?
He wouldn't even hot in the camera.
Yeah. Does he have an influence on what you say, or are you to a point now that you know your pen will impress your pops?
The crazy thing about it is, I pull a Jay-Z when I make my music. I don't write anything. You know what I mean? And I
Okay.
keep my stuff authentic. I don't, like everybody says, you need more punchlines. I got punchlines. You know what I mean? But I like to tell my story. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I like to get real personal. I'm solo. I put my soul into it, and I try to hit other people in their soul with my
Hmm.
stuff and make it as relatable. And I mean, I got some stuff you could turn up to and whatnot, but I really want people to play my stuff and kick back,
Hmm.
roll up.
I
And
used to always say I want my music to be able to be played by my grandma and my mama and stuff like that. Like I ain't want them to be frowning up and cringing when they listen to my music and stuff. You ever kind of had that motivation as well? Like you want to make sure everybody can listen to it?
exactly. I want it to be kid friendly. I mean, I got some stuff in there, but it's my story. It's authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you know me, you can understand where I'm coming from. But I got clean versions. I got some stuff that's just more motivational and more inspirational to the generations younger than me. Don't follow my path. I'm not sitting there glorifying anything that's you wouldn't, something you wouldn't want your grandparents to hear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I try to keep it real, but keep it clean as I can. But it's all
So if you can go back, let's say 5 years and talk to was you solo Poppy 5 years ago or was you Papa?
that
Okay.
Poppy. That was that era.
So if you can go back and talk to solo Poppy 5 years ago, man, what would you tell him about what's gonna be popping off in 2025?
I don't even think Solo Poppy would even be able to grasp what I'm
Really?
where I'm at mentally now, because I'm not making music to shake ass. I was back then. I'm trying to look for that and be swagged out and wearing Montclair and all types of shit. I ended up getting rid of all that shit. I had endless shoes. I got rid of all that shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
that don't define me. It won't for me then. That wasn't for me. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It was a look that I was trying to give everybody, and now I'm in that position where it's like I spent a lot of time alone. I was able to evaluate myself and where I'm going and where I want to go and who matters and where I go more than me.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I carrying an image to uphold for everybody else when they ain't involved in this process?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting way more love than I was
You
because
know,
you know
I always say, man, I feel like everybody have a moment in their life, man, where that the light come on. Some people is early, some people is late. You know what I mean? And some people it never come on at all. Do you feel do you feel like it came on right on time, or you could have been doing this a little bit earlier, but you just I don't know, you just haven't like you said solo Poppy wouldn't have been able to grasp what would be going on now.
yeah.
But do you feel like you have wasted any time, or do you feel like you right on the money right now?
I feel like I'm on time now. When I look at it now, a couple years ago, like 2 3 years ago, I did hit a point where I felt like I had wasted a lot of time, but then I put it in a perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, how did I waste time? I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I didn't know where I was going.
And I'm asking because at a young age, you're a youngster, man. So from the outside looking in, it looks like I wish I would have had the knowledge in my early 20s when I was trying to do music that you have right now. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you got it at the right time, but in your eyes, you could feel like, man, I could have been doing this like 3 years ago though. So I could have been further along. But from the outside looking in, man, it looked like you got this shit right, man. You got this shit right. And I want to see you do real good in this business too, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep that grind going. Stay trying to learn.
100.
Yeah, man, and I can see big things happening for you, bro. For real, for real. And I'm glad that you got it as a youngster, because not trying to put no bad vibe or nothing, but you do have time to make a mistake if it happens. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You still
and
got a lot of time ahead of you.
I understand that. And well, off of what I was saying, like a couple years ago, I would have, I always felt like that. I felt sort of a depression because I felt like I was wasting a lot of time, and I was conscious of the mistakes I was making and where I was
Hmm.
being lackadaisical in my process and ignoring big opportunities, for non-fruitful things and shit
Yeah.
like that. But it was a part of my process, and in order for me to appreciate the light, shit gotta get dark. For me to see the light, shit had to get dark, and it got dark. And then when
Hmm.
that light hit, it was like, oh shit, I'm here.
Yeah,
Like,
because a lot of people say, "Man, I got time. I got time to make mistakes. I got time to fuck up and fuck." But see, they end up falling way behind because they let too many mistakes happen.
gone and gone and gone, and then
Yeah.
until it wasn't until I really indulged myself in a different level of the industry, not so much local, but starting to do shows in other places and
Hmm.
older producers and stuff, that I saw that I was moving pretty fast and pretty, efficiently. Because, there's a lot of people out there that are way older than me that are still figuring it out.
Still trying to figure it out exactly. You know what I'm
But
saying?
and that's no disrespect. Everybody got their own time frame and whatnot. But it's like, what am I rushing for?
Hmm.
What am I when I could do it right? When I could be precise and do it right? What I said it in the track. Every move I'm making is precise, no second guessing. Granted, never taken. I got brethren up in heaven.
Hmm.
Mean that, like I can't sit there and dwell. I can't sit there and complain, and I can't sit there and the more time I waste sitting there thinking I'm losing out, the more I'm
Yeah.
losing out. So just take it and keep it pushing and keep learning and keep trying to find that next opportunity to see either growth or if it ain't working, switch it up
Let me ask you a question. Well, I've been asking you a lot of questions, but
in the front.
somebody says, "Solo Papa, I heard you. I heard you were pretty dope, man. I heard you was pretty dope. Let me hear something. What will be your first song that you put on for him? What's your resume joint, your audition song?
That track Evolution.
Evolution?
Yeah, you did you peep that one?
Was that the one I used on the reel?
I think so.
On the
Yeah.
reel that I made when you said
First, gotta
Bill
say,
nigga shit?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Bro, come on, man. Hey,
yeah.
your
That's that
delivery,
one.
your
That's that
delivery on
audition
that was
song.
hot.
I appreciate that. That was my turning point. You feel me? That's when I
Yes.
embodied solo popping. Was like, yo, we here.
Yes, yes. Okay. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that. I love it, man. I love it. So I know you haven't done your best work yet. I know you haven't. But
I hope not.
yeah, I can see it because like I said, you young, bro. And it's a dope thing to be this good as a youngster, because 5-10 years from now, it's like when people think about Nas, man. Nas was so dope at like 17 years old that he was destined to be the god that he is, man, the rap god. You know, so when you young and you got it, it gets even better, man. And I just can't wait to see what happens with you in the future, man. Because to be this dope right now, oh, bro, come on, man. You
Man,
that you gonna be one of them ones that they name other than J. Cole when they start talking about North Carolina and shit.
and that right there is the goal. That's the goal. I'm trying to put Spring Lake on the map, Fayetteville on the map. Everywhere else that J Cole ain't hit, yeah,
Yeah,
we there.
yeah, man. I love that shit. So you say you produce also,
Yeah,
and you've been producing for people, like you trying to put artists out as well.
yeah, yeah.
What
That's
did
my main thing. I'm gonna put this music out myself. I want to rap. I didn't have the passion before that I do for it, and I fell in love with it. But at the end of the day, I want to be the producer. I want to be known for my production and my engineering and my post production shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell you, when I was young, man, and I used to go to the store, buy an album when it come out, I used to listen to the whole joint and I knew what single was coming out next. I just had that ear. I feel like I still kind of got it now.
Yeah.
Like with Clips in that song FICO. I've been
Oh
talking
yeah.
about FICO so much, but niggas was talking about chains and whips and everything else. And I was telling boys, I was like, man, FICO is special. FICO is special. And now it's starting to come out how special it is. So do you feel like you got that ear? You feel like you can hear something and you go, that's it right there, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You do?
I listen to so much music, man. I got that niche ear for it, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can hear something, you be like, man, that's a hit right there.
Guaranteed.
That's a hit.
Guaranteed.
You ever produce something for somebody that you was like, damn, I should have kept that for myself? Or you just get on the track with them?
I'm that type of producer that I'll make something similar and try
Okay.
to shine you on it.
Okay. Okay. I see. I
Yeah.
see.
But if it's a dope track as is, even if I try not to. I used to do this thing where I would, like most producers now, where I upload my stuff on the YouTube and try and
Mm-hmm.
get audience and all types of shit like that. But then I noticed some people started stealing my stuff, like pretty much funneling it down, tune it a little bit, re-drop it and shit like that. And somebody had sent me, it was like, "Hey, bro, this sound like your beat." And
Yeah.
I then to it, I'm like, "Nigga, this
That is my
did
beat.
he
That
try
is my
that?
shit.
Did he
Yeah.
try tune it up by one deep BPM? Like, are you joking?" And then I went down the dude whole page and everything was mine. I'm like, oh my
Come
god,
on.
ain't
Like
no
he
way
couldn't
I
find
pull
nobody else
a
to.
fast one. Like, and you know what sucks? He was getting more love than I was.
Now that's when it started feeling like a robbery. Then, man, like, come on, man, I feel robbed. I feel violated.
Nigga, how you getting 20, 30,000 views on your shit, bro? I got 600.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like with the content, in this content creating world, somebody snatch your shit, don't tag you, put it
And
on
blow
their
up.
shit like they the original, and they blow up. It's
They
like,
be
come
done
on, bro.
monetize this shit some more shit. They got ads playing halfway through your clip.
But that shit feel like a knife in the heart. Like, oh, why
Man,
would you just do me like that, man? Now, if your shit was getting more burned than theirs, it's all good because it's like, okay, yeah, they see me more than they see
yeah,
you. But it,
yeah, they know he a copycat. By the
yeah,
time his shit, they know he just copying. But now I look like the fraud.
yeah, yeah, and we can't
Until my
have that.
partner came through and was like, "Hey, bro, I swear you played me this shit." I'm like, "Hold on, let me check it out."
Wow,
It kind of do sound like mine, but he pitched it down a little bit. But like the drums, and I got a specific swing, so I'm like, "How is it down to the swing? We thought of the
right,
same thing." You lying, you
right.
lying. And then every week that I drop, you drop the same beat.
Something wrong. That's right.
And when I said something about it, his whole shit disappeared.
Oh yeah, niggas don't like to be called out.
I'm like, that's crazy as fuck. But
We
I wonder how many sales he made.
Yeah, now that would be heartbreaking to find out that he really like getting it in on the monetizing blast and you over here, still trying to get it out right. That is crazy.
Trying to find my lane, bro. He already driving in it. Like, damn, nigga.
That is crazy, man. I do want to go back to when you were talking about producing for other people and putting artists out. Have you ever found yourself kind of coaching somebody along, or do everybody come to you ready?
Nobody ever comes 100% prepared. You know what I mean? I always end up giving that little bit of guidance. Or I try to let people, run as far as they can.
Mm-hmm.
And when they need a water bottle, I'm there to
There you go.
give them that refresh. Like, all right, so that's dope, but try it this way. We can keep that, but try it
Mm-hmm.
this way. See, and let's hear them both side by side. See what you like more. Still give
Okay.
them the option, but still providing that insight that I got.
And nobody's resisting the advice or nothing like that, right? Because I mean, when you're working with people who can't take good advice and can't take good criticism, man, like sometimes that shit can drain you. You know what I'm saying? Or the people they receptive to what you got to say.
Most of the time, well, I won't invite them back. Like I'm real critical on that. You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's a collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
got to be. You know what I mean? And you came to me for a reason.
That's right.
And you know I'm an active producer. I'm not just here to. I'm not here for a check. I'm here for, for a collaboration.
Right.
So let's collaborate. And I'm not going. All the people that I still work with, they know that I mean well and that I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
100%. I've proven myself time and time again that I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, and that I have the best interest of the product that they want to put out there.
That's right. What you like more, you producing or spitting?
Spitting is just natural,
Yeah.
but producing it gives me that real brain challenge. You know what I mean? That it's like that itch. You
Yeah.
know, and that next hit. That's what I'm looking for out of it, and that's what
Ooh.
producing gives me because then I'll hear other people's stuff, and it's like, damn, I want to try, incorporating some of that in it, and I can work on that for hours. But rapping, man, it come natural to me. It's like it's my story. You know what I mean? It's an expression. If I ain't got nothing to express, then I ain't expressing, and I'm talking bullshit.
Right on. Right on. Who who influenced you nowadays, man?
I'm still, I'm still, I'm still stuck in the old days.
No
You
shit.
For this project that I'm working on, I've been still listening to Liquid Swords.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you an old soul for real.
I like great music.
Man, that shit is dope right there, man.
I love some great music.
That shit is dope for you to be your age, man, and that's like that's your inspiration, man. Like, and I'm not saying that you copy it, but it's an energy though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I feel where you coming from though. Did I
Yeah.
lose you? You there?
Not you kid.
Yeah, I can hear you, but yeah, okay, there
Oh,
you go. Your screen, yeah, but it's just a certain energy, like, and I hear it, man. I hear it, bro.
that's love, man. Shit. I
That
got
is crazy. Like now I can't
circle.
unhear that energy right there.
I got a good circle and
I
some good.
see.
They strong.
I see, man. What was the last show you've been to recently, man? Like who have you seen in concert here lately?
Besides myself, I went to a show with my sister. I went to that Tyler the Creator. That shit was dope,
Oh,
and that
was it?
genius. That nigga is a genius, and in terms of just creativity and his ability to manipulate sonics, he
Mm-hmm.
is a genius. If you leave everything else out, and the way he puts his shows together, like that was dope to see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously I want to grow and start packing out stadiums and shit. And it's just
Facts.
the way people show up for him and just are in the show, like, and he involves people in the show, you know what I mean? And he got
Yeah.
the whole team coming out to set up and change the whole scene per song that he's doing. It's like that shit right there was a real just inspirational time for me because it's like, damn, that's where I want to be one day. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And calling the shots like that and having the support that he has and being able to do it at that level
Yeah.
and keep that energy.
Back in our days, we would get amazed by people like MC Hammer, uh
That
Buster
nigga,
Rhymes.
that
Hammer used to put on a crazy show.
nigga fucking lit. He
Uh
gangster too, but he was lit.
Buster Rhymes, man, Method Man and Red Man. I'm talking about these niggas had like some dope ass shows. Would you say that's Tyler now? You know what I'm saying? Like, is his show up to par like that?
Pretty much, pretty
Yeah.
much, pretty much. And I mean, it's subjective music, but he worked with everybody,
Mm-hmm. Because
and
he
he
did his
does
thing on the Clips
it.
album.
Exactly.
on that
Exactly.
POV.
He does
Nice.
production too, and that's the crazy thing about it. He's done work for Push. You know what I'm saying? You saw he had that whole thing going with ASAP where they was collaborating like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
putting out some crazy shit. And production wise, Kanye had him coming in co-producing shit, and it's
Yeah.
like that's how you made it when you got your own style, your own swag, and then other people that got their own style, their own swag, still want to work with you and want you to come and put your touch on their shit. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, damn, that nigga is a genius for that. That
Hell
nigga's a
yeah.
genius for that in itself, just being able to collaborate with anybody.
Would you still reach back and work with the youngsters when you get up there like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, because I want that. I want that new influence. You know what I mean? I want to keep growing in my process. Obviously, set my tone and be
Mm-hmm.
known for what I'm known for, but being able to adapt and grow, being able to influence, yeah, that right there is. I want to be big in this shit. I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying. I want to take this shit as far as I can.
Right. Right, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I can see some shit happening for you. You just got the aura, man. Like you got your head on right, man. And your pops, you got a dope ass pops too, bro. I can see some big things happening for you, bro. I'm glad
I,
we had this.
yeah,
I'm
man.
glad we had this convo, man.
I'm glad I was able to get up with you, man, and I appreciate you having me on your platform. That means a lot being, you know what I'm saying, me coming up and looking for an alleyway, you giving me your resources.
Man, I'm telling you, this what I'm here for, man. Like ain't nothing wrong with bringing in a young MC every now and then, man, because sometimes y'all do know y'all history, bro. A lot of the youngsters don't be knowing their history, but when y'all know y'all history, man, that it make the shit a lot doper because you get to get a a fresher perspective on some of the shit, man, and then you get to get a OG perspective on the younger shit too. So it's just like we just just crossing opinions with each other, man, and just connecting the dots, man. So it's beneficial when you have two different age groups have these type of conversations, man.
Yeah, bridge the gap.
To
That's
bridge the gap. Exactly. That's it. That's it. So let's do a quick recap on the albums that we had talked about real quick, man. We just want to make sure that we put these albums out there, man, to remind y'all the anniversaries is coming up this week. Y'all go bump this shit. You know what I'm saying? We celebrated Chinks Drugs.
long live change, long live Nip.
Yeah, man. Welcome to JFK. Y'all go bump this shit. It's
That
the
shit
10-year
hard.
anniversary. Yeah, this joint go hard. For real. Then we tapped in with the old NWA. Y'all go bump this for the anniversary, 35 years.
And make sure y'all still tapping in with Ice Cube. Don't
Yeah.
sleep. Don't
Yeah,
leave.
Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted just passed not too long ago. So that was the one that made them want to drop this right here. When they heard America's Most Wanted, they came with this. You
That
know what I'm
money.
saying? Shit is crazy. Uh, Make sure y'all go bump that Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. Rest in peace, DJ Polo, man. You know what I'm saying? Wanted dead or alive. This the one with Streets of New York on here. Classic old school, man, storytelling joint. And my album of the week, man, Russell Simmons presents the show soundtrack, man. The who's who of the OGs in 95. Everybody that was doing their thing that was hot at the time is on this album. You say it, they own there. Tribe Called Quest, man, the East Siders, Trey D, man, I swear everybody on there, Pac, Big, you name them, man, Tretch.
That's a hell of a soundtrack.
Yeah, man, Tretch,
It's
Method Man and Red Man, J.O. Felony. They all on here. This is my album of the week, man. Y'all go bump this shit. 30th anniversary, man.
30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
how you feel, man, that
Um,
20 years down the line, man, we could be talking about one of your joints on a show like this, man, saying, this is Solo Papa 30th anniversary, man. Y'all remember back in 2025, 2020, whatever, when he dropped his joint, like you could actually be in these conversations later on down the line when we talking hip hop history. How does that feel to you, man?
That shit feels crazy, bro. That shit crazy to me, and I hope to see it one day, and I hope to live up to it. You
Yeah,
know, Evolution's part two. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, man. And then keep that ear, man. Keep that ear for good talent because, hey, even the best producers and the best artists can find other great artists and give them a start and give them a career as well, man. Don't hog the light. I'm not saying that you would. I'm just giving you some news you can use. Just don't hog the light, man. Always, help somebody else, carve out their career as well, man, because it come back to you. Like people talk about Prince, but Prince did a lot for other groups as well.
Yeah,
People talk about, Ludacris or Scarface, and they done a lot for others as well. So man, it's always a good look to share that spotlight, man, and pass on that knowledge to somebody else that's coming up trying to fill your shoes and walk that path. So
that's real. I know a couple people, that I feel block the lane
facts,
for,
and
for
they will.
and they so will, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person because I feel that was done to me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I felt like I've had chances to grow be taken under somebody's wing,
yeah.
and I had to stretch my wings long enough to take my own fucking wing. Like, you know
See
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying? You
That shit
see?
ain't, and it sucks, and it sucks to feel like that about people. You know what I mean? Especially when you see somebody as a good person and then they show their true colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought you was for the people. We was putting on for you.
Exactly.
Putting on for you. You can't put on back for us. You know what we trying to do.
That's
You know
right.
we on the same mission, man. And why you gotta hold the spotlight? And it ain't even about the spotlight. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Letting that helping hand out, man.
Yeah, that's it. That because everybody want to showcase their talent. Everybody want to put their shit out. Some people may be more about the bag than it is, just putting their art out.
Yeah,
But still give me my lane though, man. Give me the lane I deserve. And you see I'm working and you got these resources, man, help a nigga out, basically. You know what I'm saying? That
supposed to be here for each other and shit. But you pushing me to the bike. That ain't cool.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So don't be that cat, man. Break that cycle. Keep that shit going, man. Like I say, and keep an ear out and an eye out for good talent. Because
100.
like I say, man, good talent know good talent when they see it, and you can help somebody else tell their story in the future too, man. So big up to you, man. I wish you all the best in this business, fam. You know what I'm saying?
That's major love, for real, for real.
For
I
real,
know
for real.
you see how I'm coming.
I see you, and you working, man, bro. And the fact that your pops right there with you, man,
That
I
shit is dope.
respect the hell out of that, man.
It's dope as hell to have that support system, that personal of a support system.
I respect that. Oh, fam, from Rockaway, from Far Rockaway, say he curious. He want to know who your favorite Wu-Tang member.
Jizzle.
You a Jizza fan? Okay, all right.
It had to be Riz and Jizz, but you know what I'm saying? As a
I
producer,
like that.
Riz, but as a spitter, Jizz.
I don't hear that. I don't hear that too often, man. So you kind of shocked me today twice when I said, "What album would you want to sit in on and watch the making of?" I never heard Lucky Day. Nobody ever mentioned that before. And then
I'm a real musician, like, you feel
that's
I'm not
what I'm saying. I see what's going on here.
for
You know what I'm
sure
saying? You never let them know your next move. They like you
gonna
you
be surprised.
giving you giving unpredictable answers and shit, man. So that just shows the depth of your taste. You know what I'm saying?
I'm indulged in this shit, man. I love it. I got a passion for all types of music and just being creative in general and learning as
Yeah.
much as I can. Shit, one of these days I'm gonna be out here making goddamn fucking whatever the hell. I'm gonna be making all kinds of shit. You gonna be seeing
Well,
me banging on drums and shit.
I was gonna say, don't do no flute album. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Oh,
gonna do a flute album, don't do no flute album. At least
shit.
put some drums with the flute.
I'm gonna put a piccolo out though.
Put some drums with that
Everything
shit. We like anything as long as it got some drums with it. Don't leave the drums out. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do that, man.
Charm snakes and shit.
For real. So let everybody know where they can find you at, Solo Papa.
Man, I'm on all platforms at ESSDOTPOPPA. That's S dot Papa. ESSDOTPOPPA. Make sure y'all go check me out on Instagram. You'll see my other pages on there. My manager always posting my shit. Got
Mm-hmm.
me tagged in. So if you follow Gina Tarantino, make sure
Mm-hmm.
you know scroll through, and you'll see a couple collab posts. You can find me on there. You can find my uh my other page on there as well. I'm on Snap at the same thing, ESSDOTPOPPA. We on X. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
post much there, but if you want to just tap in with me, I just be on there talking my shit or whatnot. That's
Already.
SCPOPPOP. So if you want to tap in with me on there, you want work, hit me up. I got a studio. You know what I'm saying? I send out beat packs. I do live streaming and all that shit on Twitch. I'll post on Instagram when I'm going live. You
Yeah.
want to tap in? I do live mixing sessions, live producer sessions, music reviews, all that shit. Make sure y'all tap in with Haven Arts VA. That's HAVENARTS VA. We got podcasts on there. You know, we do the little mic drop shit and all that. So make sure
Mm-hmm.
y'all tap in with all those pages. Show some love. We got a lot of hot shit coming on.
That's real.
Shout out to Back to the Lab. Make sure y'all locked in. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all listen to them projects we just spoke about today. Classic shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Real.
man. And that's what it's all about, man. Making sure that nobody get left out of the conversation, man, because you find over a period of time, man, sometimes you forget about certain artists and certain albums. And Cash done told me a lot of times that when I mention these joints on this show, they go, "Oh man, hey man, you made me think about that, bro. You took me back, man. I forgot about that joint." So I feel like I'm doing my duty as an influencer, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm making people go back to the lab and go bump that shit. You know
You
what I'm
give
saying?
it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, so before you get up out of here, man, so you say you went and copped a seafood ball.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
what's in that joint, man?
Man,
Tell you got some shrimp up in there, some crab legs.
I don't really like shrimp like that. I do crawfish.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Crawfish.
Ooh,
Cone in there. We got the potatoes in there. We got the crab legs,
you
obviously.
got the ball egg up in there too.
I don't do the boiled eggs.
Oh, okay.
That shit funky enough already. I'm not gonna
Damn it, boy.
garlic
So
up.
so do they got the garlic sauce all at the bottom of it and shit? Like, so you finna just dump that shit out, or you just gonna eat it out the bag?
I'm gonna eat that motherfucker right up out that bitch.
Hey, I heard that, man. Y'all heard my man's. He finna get to it, man, on that seafood bar, man. Look, man, bro, I'm glad you stopped by, man. And my apologies for last week, but I'm glad we was able to make that shit happen. Today is right on time. You know what I'm saying? This shit was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing. Word. That's word too, man. And I appreciate you having me on the platform, man. Shout out H Time.
Already.
So, shout out to 26 Fayetteville. Shout out
Already.
the whole East Coast, man. Shout out the South. You know how we coming.
Man, we're gonna have to do this shit again, man, when the new project get ready to drop. That's a bet.
That for sure, for sure.
All
For
right. Y'all heard it, man. He made the promise, man. Don't curve me later on, man. Let's
I
get
ain't
this
that
shit.
good. Locked in. We
That's what
locked
I'm talking about.
in.
That's what I'm talking about. Enjoy the rest of your night, fam. Enjoy that seafood ball. Hey, and tell Pops, peace and blessings. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, brother.
It was a pleasure meeting you, man. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi barakatuh, man. Inshallah. I'll speak to y'all soon, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, appreciate everybody tapping in for sure.
One love, y'all. That's the boy Solo Papa, man. Listen, y'all need to tap in with him.
Tap
Tap in,
in, man.
fam.
Don't miss this shit. I don't want to miss this shit. Solo pop, pop. We in here.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good one, bro.
All right, you as well, dog.
Yeah. Man, that was so love, man. That was some love right there. One love to Solo Papa, man. One love to Gina Tarantino. One love to Hosh G, Phantom of the Beat. You know what I'm saying? Man, and one love to my boy Bump Jonas, man. Bump helped put all this together with Gina and everything too, man. Because if I wouldn't have been up there in KC vibing with Bump, I wouldn't have met Gina that day, man. So this real love right here, man. I like the way this shit is going down. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. All right, y'all. So y'all know what we do here, man. At Back to the Lab, we celebrate classic hip hop albums, legendary MCs, DJs, producers, et cetera, in the Cashmere Sweater. Make sure y'all tap in throughout the week so y'all can see what anniversaries are being celebrated for the day. And then on Mondays, you tap in to see what milestone anniversaries is celebrated for the week. And then on Fridays, you tap into the radio show and we'll play some of the joints from these albums that we talking about on Friday from 7 to 9. So yes, you're going to hear some Chinks on Friday. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear some NWA on Friday. You're going to hear some Cool G rap on Friday. You're going to hear some joints from the show on Friday. Everything that we talked about today, we're going to be playing some of that on Friday. Make sure y'all tap in. Banging 832 Radio, man, the Back to the Lab show. All right. I already told y'all, man, follow us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. We in the building, man. Shout out to my sponsors, Lonesome Frog Records, Stephen St. Martin, attorney at law. It's my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and until next week, I love y'all. Y'all have a great week. And make sure y'all tap in on Friday. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. Friday, the radio show, 7 to 9, man. Banging 832 Radio. All right, let's go.